All right.
Now you feel it head to toe. Gonna make you mine. Gonna get in mine.
5, 6, 7, 8.
You happy you're part of the podcast?
Finally.
What do you mean finally?
You've been in.
Episodes.
As requested.
Yeah.
You actually asked me.
It's only
No,
so
I didn't ask. I said I actually have stuff to talk about, so can we make sure I'm in this one?
It's only because Kendall.film has really started to hammer his personal TikTok at the minute, and I feel like there'll be a little. Oh, actually, you'll put nothing from this podcast on there.
No, it's actually got nothing to do with. Oh, this podcast, yeah, but that's not.
Oh, what? It's gonna go on your podcast, your TikTok channel.
No. But the video I just took of all the cameras and stuff, that'll just be one of many clips.
No, you can't put it on your TikTok.
Yeah, copyrighted.
Why not?
It's copyright. I'll just copyright.
And don't you dare stand up at any point in this podcast and throw that lens.
Yeah.
Shut up. Roll the clip, and then tag the link.
No.
Okay, anyway,
No. Go on, Ash.
Podcast episode
12.
The Golf Supply podcast episode 12, the #1 golf podcast in the world. If you wasn't familiar with it, you should be now.
What's funny?
In the world.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the #1 golf podcast in the world. Spotify, by Spotify streams and stuff. We look at the analytics.
Oh yeah.
If it's good enough for Impulsive, it's good enough for us.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Golf Supply podcast, the #1 podcast in the world for golf. Can we do the intro without you laughing?
No. I'll just put my mic down.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Golf Supply podcast, episode 12, the #1 golf podcast in the world. We are over at where it kind of not all begun, actually, that's a lie. We're over at Crondon Park, which is the golf club that we are attached to. It's over in Essex. We've just filmed a fucking hilarious video, which is a little bit of a different vibe to our channel. But one that I definitely thoroughly enjoyed.
I think we get to have some amazing opportunities doing this and that, but sometimes just playing fun golf, sometimes you just want to do fun stuff, and it was just fun today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
2 lads cruising around, and I won't spoil it, but we had fun. People we filmed with had fun, and there was a lot of people. We technically filmed with 10 people today. Yeah,
and then like 11 if you count it. But yeah, we won't give too much away, but it's a really fun video. It's quite a cool concept. Haven't seen it done before. Did you think it was a good video from like behind the lens?
I loved it. Was like one of my favourite shoot days.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because it was like, I don't know, it was just different. Like I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. Like
it was same but different.
Yeah, we can't say that. We'll just clip it. Just cut it even. But
why can't we say that?
It's a film quote.
It's like a little bit racist. It's like a tiny bit racist.
It's not. It's from a film. The
it's
interview.
Like you're mimicking a guy who's mimicking a Chinese person, so it needs to. We just cut it.
It's not getting cut. No. Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. A bit of a different style video to us. But this is, I know we've probably lacked a little bit on the guest podcast recently. So first of all, apologies for that. But it is just purely been down to the fact that we have been flat out busy, probably from the end of June up until now, and it's the 1st of August of us filming this podcast, and we literally haven't had a minute to think, let alone try and get a guest onto the podcast. So you've got another Golf Supply podcast, but we've got loads to catch up on. There's been a lot happening since the previous episode, which was filmed when we was over at Woodall Spa. That content still isn't even out yet. That goes to show how much we've actually had on at the minute. So we've got some catching up to do in the old editing studio, but you will be seeing all of those videos soon. Where do we begin, West?
Like we said, let's gain a little bit of structure. So, what have we been up to since we last spoke? So, we're at Woodall Spa. We've done the Bracken and the Hodgkin.
Yep. And then the day after, we flew to Finca.
Flew out to the Finca Resort it's not in Alicante. We flew into Alicante. It's about an hour away.
Estepona.
Oh, really?
Estepona is the area.
Yeah, sick. None of us have been there before, including Jake. Lovely complex. Definitely built for athletes in pre-season. There was a lot of football teams there, a lot of lads there. But it was very nice and quiet. The setup was good. Facilities were good. The golf course was good. The staff were good.
We got separate rooms. That was really important. We had to share a room.
Well, hang on a minute. That's bollocks.
This is what I mean.
Yeah, he's a fair weather.
You chat so much shit.
We had to share a room. It was awful. They were like waking up all early.
He wasn't happy that we had to share a room.
We went, we've got individual rooms. We went, that kind of not as wholesome. That's not as wholesome.
It wasn't wholesome because we didn't get to all edit and hang out together. But we ended up doing that. And then at the end of the day, we got to go and sleep in our own beds and wake up.
So you did prefer that?
I liked...
This is what I mean. You're the biggest cap when the cameras are on.
No, but it's just
you're as if we had our own rooms, as if you was buzzing for it. You was fucking devastated that we weren't all sharing a bed.
I wasn't, but it's cool that we had. It's cool to see that we got our own room this time.
Well, we're Golf Travel Centre.
Yeah.
Shout out the boys.
The greatest travel centre in the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Statistically.
The #1 travel centre in the world for the #1 golf podcast in the world.
Yeah, no, it was a sick trip. The rooms were amazing though, and like Jake said there, we got individual. Me and Ash didn't like that. I like a social.
I do.
I think it's good. JK is part of Gen Z, so he likes the
Ash
individuality.
definitely likes having his own room.
He doesn't.
He spent the whole day asleep.
That was the downside of having my own room.
Yeah, it's weird because Ash isn't like one of them people. But yeah, we all landed. We got into our rooms and we were like, yeah, cool, just like meet up in a bit or whatever. We had. We went out for a bit. We played off camera, had some lunch, went back to the rooms.
No, we didn't play off camera before I went to bed. We went and had lunch at the
clubhouse. We just had lunch.
When had lunch.
Oh, and we were like, we'll go out and do some shorts and stuff.
Like 5 o'clock.
Scout the turf, and then we were like, yes, have a quick one. And then me and Jake were doing that thing where you lay down on your bed and you were like, my eyes were getting heavy. And I was like, I'm just going to go and grind. I'm going to go to the range because I've got things to work on. So I went to the range.
It's been about, what, 2 hours at this point?
Yeah, you rang me, and I went, well, I'm at the range. You're more than welcome to come hit some if you want. And that Ash weren't picking up at this point. And
had you tried to call me at that
Ash
point?
said
yes.
40 minutes.
Oh, yes.
And I'd called him twice, and one of those times he actually declined the call.
Bro, I was honestly, and I'm genuine. I'm not like that. Like, if my phone vibrates because I'm vibrate, even if I'm asleep, like as soon as like my phone vibrates, that's why I usually have like notifications off for stuff. I'll wake up, but I don't know whether it's because we got back late from Woodall and then packing. But mate, when I hit that bed, I don't remember falling asleep. I just remember waking up with you knocking at my door. And then everything was a fuck up from there. Like, I had to run out, and you said we was going to film a video. Then we didn't have any of the camera equipment, and then I got lost in the hotel. I didn't enjoy it.
It was basically man down, shit pants for 5 hours.
Yeah, I was fucked.
I'd hit all these basket of balls. I'd chipped. Jake had come down. He had hit some. He had done some B-roll. We drove some of the course. We drove the front nine. We were like cruising around, getting B-roll. And we were like, this is a joke. Let's go back to his room. And then this zombie just come.
No, I was dead, bro.
You had to get a key from reception, didn't you?
Oh, no, that was it, yeah.
He had to get a key.
I went and got a key because he didn't answer. You didn't answer the door, so I went and got a key from the reception.
I was gone, mate. Honestly, I was so conked out.
To be fair to you, we had like 2 hours sleep. 3 hours.
Oh, not to be fair.
No,
we were grinding.
Yeah, I'm not usually like that, to be honest. I just don't know. Like, I hit that bed. I don't remember falling asleep. I didn't have no intentions of going to sleep. I must have just laid on that bed and then just died, like just instant, flat out gone, and I was dead to the world as well.
Like the pool.
Yeah, like if you didn't knock and wake me up, like I genuinely don't know what time I woke up. Yeah, I have no idea.
The body just
yeah, I just shut down. So apologies for that, boys. I didn't apologise when I was out there because I hate apologising.
No, you did. I've got a video of it.
Yeah.
I've got a video of it.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, maybe I did apologise. But yeah, Finca Resort, Golf Travel Centre, the first trip since them being part of the Golf Supply journey that they've put on. And I really enjoyed it because it was somewhere that I'd never been before. I'd never seen people be there before. So there was an element of like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
Because when you go to Portugal, like, well, I mean, we've rinsed the shit out of Portugal now, but when you go to somewhere like Portugal and you're going to play the Dom Pedro group or you're going to play Quinta or anything, you've seen a million videos from there. Yeah. Like, so many people have played it. Everyone's played it. So there's no, like, mystique to it. No. Whereas, like, turning up at the Finca, I was like, oh, is it going to be a bit of a resort course or is it going to be like this? Like, the complex was so good. Like, everything there was, you didn't want for anything when you was there. And like Westy said, you had the Sunderland team, the Tottenham team.
Spanish team.
Jude Bellingham was there.
Millwall
was there.
Bellingham was there.
Bellingham.
Off the Jube Friday.
Yeah, Bellingham was there. But it was like, the facilities were Joe. And the actual 18-hole golf course at La Finca is a very, very good golf course.
Enjoyable, but at the same time, challenging.
Yeah.
It's got that fine, very fine
line.
It doesn't beat the fuck out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It'll make you play good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember when we saw Jude Bellingham in the pool, and then it was weird. He got out and Ash drank in and jumped in and started drinking the water.
I wanted to try and get a bit of his talent.
Try and get some of his football ability. Yeah. That was weird, but
it didn't work though. I done some keep-outs in the garden yesterday. I couldn't do 4. But no, it was sick. It was a really really good trip. And then we travelled from La Finca. We got like a 30-minute cab. I actually got a load of DMs on Instagram from people who had actually played them golf courses, who had villas around that area. We bumped into a lot of people that were just like English who had villas around that area.
We did,
so I think it's quite a popular area for people that, like, maybe when the market crashed and you lot who had money at that time, I think a lot of you bought around the Estepona area because we bumped into a couple of people. But we went and travelled about, 25-30 minutes from La Finca.
Half hour or so, yeah.
Half hour to play a golf course called Villa Martin. We've scrambled both of them, Reckelsman at both golf courses. Those videos are literally coming out imminently. But I really enjoyed that golf course because I've played a couple of golf courses in Spain outside of like your, obviously La Finca and Finca Cortazan, where they held the Solheim Cup, are two completely different golf courses in completely different areas. One's like the Malaga Marbella area, obviously the one La Finca that we're talking about is Estepona, but the other golf course, Villa Martin, which was a short drive away, was like the oldest golf course around the the area, and it had
southeastern sort of way,
it had such a Spanish vibe to the golf course.
If it was a human, it would have been thick tash, very thick Spanish accent.
Yeah, it would have been it would have been Angel Jimenez.
Yeah. That if he was a human, that was what that course was. Yeah,
human body in person.
Yes,
and it will be Angel Jimenez as a golf course.
Yeah, 100%.
Wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
It was so like Spanish characteristic. Did you pick up on that? Like it was like very like
the second one.
Yeah,
the second one felt more like the Portugal ones.
It's nothing like the Portugal ones.
The second one felt like Kinta South.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Seriously, what
Are you getting
first one
confused?
or the second one?
The second one where you drove half an hour.
Villa Martin.
It felt like Kinta South, yeah.
You're fucking
Wait,
idiot.
why did it not?
It's like you couldn't.
South.
I honestly think you couldn't pick a golf course that was further from like that than Kinta
Well,
South.
you could. Yeah.
This Crondon.
This is more like. No, but like they're just not. This is closer to being more like Villa Martin than
La
Kinta
Finca was like a Kinta South vibe more than
Championship brute.
Oh.
Villa Martin was like old style, like historic,
Intricate-y.
intricate, fiddly.
Okay,
Kinta South's like
what
championship.
if I said old course? Would you say that was similar?
It's more of that
Yeah,
vibe.
Grass
it's that
was less
vibe.
green. It was sunnier.
No, but yeah,
This is why
no.
we
Now
have you
you're
on
on
the
the same
podcast,
line. Old course and Villa Martin are those intricate-y, fiddly little. Mamma
Yeah, but when it
mia.
comes to
Yeah,
courses.
exactly that. That's
Yeah.
exactly the
Don
adjective I was
boys.
looking for. Yeah.
Mamma mia.
When the moon hits the
That's
sky,
right.
that type
Yeah.
of vibe. Yeah. Kinta South is not that.
No.
I think probably. Yeah.
Kinta South's like
What
dominoes.
But
It's
you
more
guys
like,
are talking
"Hola."
about the.
Shut up.
You guys are talking about the playing of the course. I'm just talking about what the trees look like.
Yeah, nothing
Oh.
like Kinta South for any
No.
of you that watch. And for those of you, if you've just tuned into the Golf Supply podcast and you don't know who any of we are, great English. Westy and myself, Ashley, you could call us the on-screen talent of the channel. To my left over there, we have
is your-
Jake
What could you call
Kendall.
me?
What's your title? You tell them what your title is.
He's the runner.
I would
So
be the creative director and head of
You're
Head of
like
content.
head of all things.
you know, like behind the scenes. So when Universal have a big film on,
Yeah.
you know, when you want to get into the film industry, but you're not, at that point
You
not good
call me
enough
a
to have a
runner.
role. Yeah,
It's
like
not
Ash said.
runner. No,
Like,
I'm not.
coffee, can we get 2
No,
lattes for
I like
DiCaprio?
to plan all the courses that we go to and like I design the thumbnails and
You couldn't name me 4 courses right now.
4 courses.
Go.
Name me 4
Crondon.
golf courses.
Crondon.
Apart from Crondon, because we're here.
Okay, Westerham, Old, Kinta South, Kinta North,
Perfect.
Umbria.
English golf courses.
Okay. Westerham, Wentworth, Sunningdale, St George's, Princes. 5. There's 5. You can have that.
But why would you say, like, you've never been to Wentworth or Sunningdale, so it's a write-off.
Those-
Name 5 golf courses you've been to.
All right. Westerham, Aldborough, Ingraborn. Have I said Westerham?
Yeah.
Shit. Crondon. No. Hang
say
on.
Crondon.
Bearwood.
Yeah.
Bearwood.
Where did you have that beautiful
No,
burger?
don't help him.
Oh.
Oh, why the fuck did you say
And
that?
I
Because he's
didn't know-
done.
I
He's got
actually didn't know what
4.
he said. I
He's
actually
done
didn't know
4
what
now.
he said. And I just cut this big gap run thing.
No, this is just
We're always just it rolls.
And East Herts.
Hearts.
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 Okay. You forgot Walton Heath.
Oh, home of the burger.
Home of the
burger.
Whopper.
That's what Westy just said. But I'm massively sidetracked there. Anyway, yeah. So
sorry.
Golf Travel Centre, which segues us perfectly into one of the ad rolls for this podcast, which is this banging deal from the legends over at Golf Travel Centre. This time you can be heading out to the Espanyol hillsides of La Cala. On site, you've got 3 championship golf courses, the Asia, the Europa, and the America golf course, and prices start as little as £295 per person. That is based on a 3 nights, 2 rounds, 2 rounds of golf included, buggy included, but you've got to get your own flights. Or you can go for a little bit longer for 479, 5 nights, 3 rounds, buggies included, all of the same jazz. The resort is absolutely stunning. Westy recently visited it when he done a Travis Matthews photo shoot. Like I said, 3 different golf courses, on-site spa, resort, pools. You can go out with the boys, you can go out with the family, any type of golf trip or sort of getaway. La Cala Resort is made for just that. Head over to the Golf Travel website or the link in the description to this video to get booked on. But for 295 quid, 3 nights, 2 rounds, you can't go wrong. Yeah, first trip with them, massive success. Both golf courses were brilliant. Good videos
Massive
from there.
success.
Resort was like beautiful, and then we had a little bit of turmoil towards the end of that trip.
Yeah, I mean, we were abruptly. Well, it was actually JK's dad. I think said, "Hey guys, JK's dad here. Might want to check."
What's his name again?
Lee.
Hi, Lee. Hey, Lee. Hi, Westy. And it was just a bit like, he said, oh, you might want to check your flights. There might be a bit of a drama. Big IT outage. Apparently, if Windows crashes, the world completely capitulates. So we did, and there was a little bit of uproar, and it was like people are getting to the airports and this and that, and I couldn't check Jake in, and it was all sorts going on. Effectively, we didn't fly into Glasgow on the Saturday morning. Jake flew home. Me and Ash didn't fly to Glasgow to watch the Open. We then extended in Spain and then just flew back to England Sunday night. Yeah. Drama-free, but when we did get to the airport, actually there was suitcases fucking everywhere. Yeah. Never understand whose they are. No. Do they just arrive on the plane and the plane's empty, no one checks in?
I don't know.
Can anybody get in the comments? You know when you land and there's 10 ton of suitcases everywhere, but they've just been...
Where are the passengers?
Yeah. Who's just got the taxi home and gone,
fuck the bags.
Oh, fuck it, Bill. I don't matter, it's just got my bikinis in
it. Brother, fucking bags.
And then they'll just be sold in like 6 months' time.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too sad, like Wesley said, because the plan was to go, and everything was booked. So like, the only sad bit was like it cost us a bit of money on like we booked our accommodation for Troon, and
didn't turn up for the flight.
Didn't turn up for the flights, but apart from like the money inconvenience of it, it wasn't too sad because it's a bit of a controversial one. This is going to be a hot take. Jake will clip this for TikTok. I thought this year's Open was shite.
Well, last year's wasn't that good.
But I don't know if last year's wasn't that good.
We were doing waggle counters. That's where the Open was at last year.
Yeah, man, you're 100% right.
Counting
probably.
waggles. Brian Harmon.
The past two Opens, Royal Liverpool and now Royal Troon, and this is coming from someone as well who would have been extremely invested into that Open because obviously I was lucky enough to have the opportunity to walk the golf course and film for the brothers, the four brothers on the golf course, and Seb, like a matter of weeks before the Open. So I'd like walked the Hallow turf, if you like, of like seeing where the players are going to play, grandstands being up, doing all the good, like the pictures and all the shit that you do. So I thought I'd be like mega invested in it, and I think after round one and round two, the scores being so high and so many of the top players just being knocked out of the tournament,
it's not fun.
I didn't give a shit.
No, and it happened a little bit last year when Brian Harmon, we had Fleetwood and everyone was like, come on, Tommy. And once he sort of capitulated a little bit, everyone like, wow, great, Brian Harmon. And like, no disrespect, well done, you won the Open last year. But like, Ash is right. When the top boys get knocked out, it doesn't become, I know everyone's like, oh, it's good, we've got some new winners, but it doesn't become as entertaining, does it?
No, and I just feel like there's not any way around it. And although people like to say, oh, you want to see, like, it's enjoyable sometimes seeing the top players struggle and like high scores and all that sort of stuff.
That part, but
yeah, that's fine. Like, and I understand that, but I don't know whether we're kind of, I don't know whether the weather of the Open keeps ruining it.
Yeah, I mean, clearly Friday afternoon clearly was playing tough because there was some like. The overall score or something on like Friday was like 100 over par. It was something fucking
ridiculous.
Stupendous.
Yeah. But I mean, even from like if you're attending the Open, if you're watching it on telly, it does. I think it takes something away from it when you're watching it and it's in pissing rain. Everyone's got their brollies up. Everyone's moping around. There's no real reactions. Everyone's just keeps trying to stay dry in comparison to watching people strut around Augusta or Pinehurst or the around TPC Sawgrass, wherever it is, and it's sun and the course looks beautiful.
And you're allowing pros to like go at
to
each
do
other.
Their thing.
Duel. Yeah. Like an old-fashioned duel, you know that, Jake?
And I don't want to take away, because that's what the Open's known for. It's like it's links, it's treacherous conditions, this and that. But I don't know whether like when you have the conditions like you did on the Thursday and the Friday, and so many people get knocked out, and there's all of the stories and all of the favourites and this and that, like just literally just get washed away. Yeah. I think it then does take something away from the tournament, because you want to see the best players in the world battling it down the Saturday, Sunday.
It's like maybe people might say like, oh, it's nice to watch them struggle and that, and there probably will be a lot of people, but yeah, I mean, it's the same as like if we were playing, like there is beautiful, we've had this discussion before, there's beautiful courses in Ireland, Scotland and even England, which is a dump in terms of weather, but like you would just choose playing a 7 out of 10 course abroad over a 10 out of 10 course. We've said it before.
Unless you're guaranteed the weather at them courses.
Yeah, but like, let's just say it was rainy and you're offered a 10 out of 10 course, Trump Turnbury or something, or you're offered a 7 out of 10 abroad. Where are you going? Just who are you?
That is a very good question.
Where are you picking?
Pose that full question again, because I like that.
So let's just say you got your 4-ball. These are the same 4 that you play with weekly. You've now won this golf raffle, and they've said the weather is 90% chance to be gale, thunderstorm,
sideways
Scottish
wind
weather, but you've won Trump Turnbury. we'll cover your flights, whatever, get up there. Or you've won this 7 out of 10 course in Portugal and the weather is 35 degrees and you can go there for a night instead. I'm choosing the 7 out of 10 in Portugal.
I am.
10 out of 10 times.
I am.
And just fine, I won't chop it round Trump Turnberry. I'll just go and enjoy myself in the sun. I think most will pick that, but
I don't know. I genuinely don't know how people would pick off of that. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd prefer to play if you had the option between playing Great Weather Turnberry and Great Weather any golf course in Portugal. I'm picking Great Weather Turnberry.
Course, yeah.
But like when it's pissing down with rain or like 45-mile-an-hour winds, and it's like when I said when I played Dornoch. Yeah, that's ranked the 14th best golf course in the world.
Experience the goodness of it, and now it's ingrained in your head as how's it 14th best?
Yeah,
but I bet if you went back in the summer, you go, all right, fair enough. It probably Why? Like we've said before, like why? We've discussed it before. Why is it better to play golf abroad? Just why is it better? For me, I think sun. It just seems funner with your pals. A lot of people say like boozing and having beers around, and it I don't know, like why is golf better abroad?
Sun.
You don't like sun, but you still prefer
No,
it.
I like it to be sunny, yeah. And
Is that the only reason,
You're
though?
on holiday, like, everyone's just happier.
I think it is
golf every single day. It's just happier. It's good vibes.
I think that is the key word there. You're on holiday.
Yeah.
You have the holiday
So as soon as
vibe.
you get on a flight, you've just gone holiday mode, Monopoly money.
Yeah. Holiday mode, you
checked out,
drink more, you eat more, you like everything's like a let's do this. So like, and then
seems
just
funner.
Yeah, going back to a hotel, it's just like it's all just a holiday.
Yeah,
back to a hotel. Yeah, I just think like you can't match like holiday golf vibes to like any other vibe. And it's the whole experience. It's the getting on the plane together, having that bit of banter out there, making your bets on the golf course. Warming up,
having some nice lunch,
warming up on the range is like so good abroad, like
because you know what's coming.
Yeah, that is so true.
Nice bit of lunch on the terrace and like
more, even though but now you've said that is so true. Like warming up on the range when you're about to go play like an abroad golf course. It doesn't matter how good the golf course is, where it is, what it is. You and the boys on the range, hitting balls,
looking left and right,
just before you're about to go out and play golf abroad is such a fucking vibe.
Yes. And then you can go to the terrace, have a bit of food, and just give it the classic. Ready? Hola. Or gracias.
That might be the best part, actually, being on the range. Like the pre-round range session when you're all hitting balls and you're all like, oh, fucking hell, bad one there, Bill. Or like, jump,
mate,
like
You've pulled your buggies up at the base.
Yes.
You're in your pairs. You've called the 2v2 on. Someone's striping it. Someone's having a bad day already. You've got the yellow balls, the yellow range balls normally. Yeah. And you're just vibing, knowing that what is about to come is 4 hours.
And that just killed. It doesn't
greatness.
matter if you've got like it's been hot for the last couple of weeks in England, but it could be 32 degrees in England. You turn up at a golf course in England to play, and I would even go as far as saying it could be one of the better golf courses in England as well. And you just don't get them vibes on the range.
No,
you don't.
No, you don't. No. And it's not even half the time abroad. It's still off a mat.
That is weird.
It doesn't matter, mat or no mat.
That is strange. But yeah, so La Finca Golf Travel Centre, banging golf trip.
Yeah.
Good videos coming out of there.
Good.
There's just a lady about to get her wedding photos over to our left. And
congratulations to the wedding.
I could take better photos.
Newlyweds. Yeah, imagine you trying to take them pictures on your FX3.
She'd be so disappointed.
They come out smudgy. Yeah, so La Finca, that was great. Following on from that, we arrived back in the UK and shout out my girl Rachel Drummond, absolute legend. She managed to hook not only me up, Westy up as well, but you couldn't get the time off work, which I was devastated about.
The worst part is you rang. It couldn't have been a worse time to ring as well. As in, I was really in the thick of it. I was really in the thick of that at work, and it's very rare. I'm like, at that moment, I was real deep, like getting calls from everyone. And I was already in a bad mood, and then the minute you called, I just knew there was no chance. It wasn't even a shift I could.
What did I ask you to do?
You said, are you free tomorrow? And I said, there's just no way I can even do anything. And the thing is as well, like my managers and everyone from work, I think follow the channel. So sick is just like not on the cards anymore. Sam, my manager, was just like, watch one of your videos the other day. And I thought, oh, that's good then.
Yeah,
I thought that's great. If you can just not subscribe, so I don't know, so you don't know what's going on. But yeah, so basically I said, oh, got some invites, JCB Pro Am tomorrow. I said, oh, that's great. You'll have loads of fun. I'll just go to work.
Wait, did I get Westy's ticket?
You didn't play. I don't think you played.
You was a +1.
Oh, okay.
Did you? I don't think you played. Did you?
No, but as in,
No,
like,
no.
was I not going to come and film if Westy could come?
No,
No, I think you're allowed to come. You
you
just didn't have your own sticks.
I had two.
Oh,
I had
that's
two.
fine. I
I
can
had
live with
two
that.
playing positions for the Pro Am.
Oh, who'd you give the other one to?
Rondog.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Rondog.
Yeah. So I get like the call of dreams a couple of days before the JCB recent LIV Pro Am, the JCB event, the most recent one. Get an invite, 2 invites actually. Westy can't come, and then we head down on the Thursday to the JCB, which I've been wanting to play for a while. Obviously, like everyone who watches YouTube golf has seen a lot of it on Rick's channel and other people's channels, and people have played there quite a lot. And with it being like, it has that exclusive feel to it. Like not many people have played it. It's a bit of like a shut up shop, closed doors type of golf course. So I, taking the Pro-Am side of it away from it, was like excited to play that golf course anyway. But then when you add the element of you're going to be playing in the LIV Pro-Am, which is just, honestly, I can't stress to you enough, right? How much better. Obviously, we've done the Genesis Pro-Am, the Scottish Genesis last year. And now I've done a LIV Pro-Am as well. It is not even close what's a better one to play in.
I mean, I wasn't there. I spoke to you a lot after, and I watched the footage, and then we got a video coming out which we'll talk more on. And then obviously I was there with you at the Scottish Open. Vibes are just different.
They are.
And the thing is,
again, but the weather was shit at the Genesis, which plays into
exactly. That's what I mean. So does it?
But irrespective of the weather, if you had the exact same weather at the Renaissance and the JCB, which arguably I would go far as saying the Renaissance is a better golf club than the JCB.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'd put that on record by saying that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Just there's something with LIV, mate. They're definitely onto something, and I don't know whether they're just onto something but we enjoy it because we're there to make content.
Yeah.
Like, and we're not there as like golf fans, if you like. We're there for a purpose of filming a video. But fuck me, man. Like, you are. When I say all access, you can do whatever you want when you're there for the
so
Pro-Am.
good.
Yeah.
As someone who doesn't like, I'm not super into the golf, like pro golf stuff. Like, it was so good.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone's in a good mood. No one's in a bad mood. Everyone's just vibing. Like, you can. We're on the putting green, so you'll see at the intro of that video.
Oh,
like our concept for that video, and it'll be out by the time this podcast gets released. The concept for that video was, what would a scratch golfer shoot off of the tips round JCB? And I'm not talking about like the members tips, I'm talking about the competition tips. So as far back as you can go on that golf course the day before a professional event is held there with some of the best players in the world.
Set up to it's just how they're going to play.
It's a tournament golf course. Like, it's as close as you're going to get to America, blah, whatever it might be, playing a tournament golf course in tournament conditions, right? And it was hopefully it's a genuine intrigue for you guys when you watch the video, because it was a genuine intrigue of mine to see what I would shoot.
I think because you see that Instagram stuff all the time where the pros get asked, what would blah blah shoot around here? What would a scratch? Because it's the nail question. Forget 18 or 22 or 12. What would a scratch? We all want to know, because our scratch friends are good golfers, yeah? So, like, now we want to know. And they always say, like, they're always quite harsh.
Yeah.
They're always harsh. And then we've always had debates. Again, I'm like, Ash, what do you reckon you would shoot? And sometimes we've disagreed. You've been like, oh, I would break 80 here. And I'm like, no, brother, but like, Henrik's or someone saying you would. So, like, you've always, no, I definitely would. But, like, it's intriguing, and their answers.
It is intriguing because we've had that conversation so many times.
Yes, every time.
Of, like, what do you think you'd shoot around there and stuff? And going to JCB, the video's obviously already out. So if you haven't watched it, click the banner up there. You can go watch it. It'll pop up. I thought going around JCB, maybe naively, when I arrived there and I've been playing some good golf.
Yeah, you're playing good.
Moving into that round of golf, I thought that I would comfortably break 80 around that golf course.
That's what you thought?
Yeah. I didn't say it to any of the cameras before, but I thought I would comfortably break 80 around that golf course. But I didn't. But I thought that, not knowing it was 7,400 yards, not knowing that the wind was going to be blowing around about 20 that day, I just presumed that if you put me off the absolute far back as you want tees, no matter what the yard is, I'm going to shoot under 80.
I would caveat that and say, if you was to ask me from what I've seen just off YouTube, because again I wasn't lucky enough to be there, I'd have said you had been playing well to break 80. That would have been my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
I genuinely believe you could on a good day round there, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But I was like, wholeheartedly, I was like, I'll break 80 round here.
What did you think he'd do, Jake?
Well, he just seemed so confident. I was like,
or what score do you think he'd get?
I thought he'd break 80. I didn't think he'd get like low 70s, but I thought he'd break 80 because he was just so confident. He was like, yeah, I'll break 80. And everyone was like, yeah, you won't break 80. And he was like, yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
your
will.
golf
And I was
knowledge
like,
just barked off.
Yeah, it did. He
What?
understands it now.
Yeah.
He
what did I
understands
say?
it.
Was it because I said the phrase low,
Like low
70s?
70s. And
That was all it took.
so
and
you
everyone
thought
sucked.
you believed in him.
Yeah, well, why? Like, he's
I didn't
always
give him any reason to doubt it. I was very confident.
You always
going
play
there.
good.
Yeah.
And then,
So then thankfully, again, with it being a live event and with it being literally when you say all access, it is all access. We were lucky enough to walk around the putting green, the chipping green, and speak to some of the players. And we managed to speak to, again, if you haven't watched the video, go fucking check it out. I think it's one of the best videos on our channel. We managed to speak to Harold Varner III, Henrik Stenson, Richard Bland, Dustin Johnson, and Bryson DeChambeau. A pretty good list of people there to ask.
To be fair, they know their golf.
They know their golf.
they
Yeah,
were
they're
very
not.
willing to talk to the camera.
Yeah,
as well.
they were
The
sound.
video.
So the score predictions given to me by Harold Varner was, you won't break 80. The score prediction given to me by Henrik Stenson is, you'll do well to break 85. Richard Bland actually personally bet me £20 that I wouldn't break 80. Dustin Johnson said, you will do extremely well to break 80 around there. And Bryson DeChambeau, being the people's champ, Bryson, I fucking hope you see this clip.
Damn you for being so perfect.
Yeah, honestly, I hope chuck this clip on TikTok. Just this single one clip on TikTok. Bryson, Ash from the Golf Supply here, met you at Valderrama and at the JCB event now. You were the only brother that told me I was going to break 80 and he told me I was going to shoot 74.
He was a sweet boy.
He did.
What a liar. Now
Because
looking back-
JK rang me.
What a liar.
JK actually rang me after, which was strange because he never rings me. And he said, "Oh, but we saw Bryson today," and he said, "Ash, you made Ash really happy because he said he was going to shoot 74." But what Ash didn't see is when he went to put his something back in his bag, he started laughing.
No, he didn't.
He started chuckling to himself.
What he did say to me though is, I said, "Yes, Bryson, you're the only person to say it." He said, "I was being nice."
Oh, okay.
Is what he followed it up with. But there was a vote of confidence there from Bryson. So that put like a little niggle of doubt in my head of like, because some of them have played the back nine, some of them have played the front nine, but you started to see drip fed onto social media like how bad the rough was and how slopey the greens were and stuff. So I was like, okay, no problem. Playing with John Catlin, the pro, who was an absolute legend.
He was.
Like he's
And
such a good guy. And then Jake,
And then he hit, was it the next day or the day after?
is the Saturday, so the
He
day
got
after.
a hole in one on the 17th, which was crazy.
And describe everyone watching this podcast. I presume you know the 17th hole at JCB. It's probably the most famous. It's getting up there with the most famous par 3 in England. But you, from a non-golfer standpoint, describe that hole.
I don't know what makes a difficult golf hole.
Well,
but
what
that-
did you think?
That
looked
par
difficult?
3 genuinely looked like the hardest par 3 I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Because you've got to knock it off a mountain, then over a lake, and then you've got to get it in the hole. No one got
Not
it
from the
even
shot. You don't
near.
have to get it in the hole from the shot.
You
But
have
Yeah.
to get it in the
You
hole.
have to
get it
from
in
the
the
shot.
hole.
Well, John did. So.
Yeah. John made a hole in one on 17 on
Oh,
Saturday,
John.
which
Oh,
was
John.
John Boy.
Oh, John.
he
John Boy.
barked off.
Which was wild.
That's crazy.
So shout out you, John. We're going to be seeing you over at the Fox Hill event. And if you haven't got tickets for the Fox Hill event, the National Series, there's a link on our. There's a link to this podcast to pick up some tickets from there. But yeah, I didn't get a vote of confidence from anyone apart from Bryson. Right, I wasn't going to shoot 80, and
then
I didn't shoot under 80.
No.
No, I didn't. But to my defence, I drove the ball like a fucking champion, which I have been recently.
Yep.
But Westy, when I tell you 7,400 yards off of them tips into a windy enough day, it really started to show the cracks in my golf game.
Yeah.
Because me having 170 yards left into, there was 2 par 3s under 420 yards. You had the drivable one and you had the second hole.
9.
Par 4s.
The hole 9 was a par 4. Yeah, par 4, sorry. There was 2 par 4s under 420 yards. You had the second hole, which was the one where John Boy told me to hit 5 wood at the bunker. I nearly went in it. Then you had the drivable one, where we'll get onto a story about the drivable
Was that
one.
number 6?
No, the one when we met him again.
Oh.
That one down the hill. You had 2 par 4s, which were under 350 yards.
Yep.
Every single other par 4 was over 420 yards, and they averaged out. You went for a stretch of holes where it was 440 par 4, 485 par 4, 470 par 4.
I mean, you could feel how long the course was just by walking it.
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
I knew how
It was a
long that
6.5 hour round, like walking around. It was
So long.
so fucking long.
and hilly.
Yeah,
So much walking up
mate.
hill.
It was tough, but it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was the. Well, it obviously was the distance that ended up catching me out, but it was from my own mistakes. I could have played better, and I think I definitely could have broke 80 if I played a little bit better. But every single green sits on, it's like a raised green. So you have big 5-6 foot slope offs, left, right, front, back of the green. Everything, there's no flat green where it sits at ground level.
Yeah.
They're all built up. So you hit 7-iron. I'm hitting 7-iron 170 in windy conditions, and you hit it into the wrong portion of the green, or you miss the green. You're chipping off of the tightest lies. The fairways were cut to like 2 millimeters worth of grass, and it's been dry recently, so it was firm. So you imagine everyone at home trying to hit a chip shot up a 6 foot slope off of a bare lie, and trying to get it to stop.
Screams blade.
It was so hard, man. It was so hard. And wedge plays the strong part of my game.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think I got up and down once.
I think people always say this, that we have a new or you should have a sort of found. You feel, I don't know, like they do have it hard. Like they have to walk. Say they're in America, these pros have to walk for 6-hour rounds every time.
Yeah.
They have to play obviously good. They have to walk these courses, like walking Augusta and stuff. They have to walk them. They have to play well. They have to hit like.
Don't they have to wear trousers as well?
On the PJ Tour,
they have to wear trousers no matter the weather.
Well, you can wear shorts to LIV.
Yeah.
On LIV you can, yeah.
Classic LIV.
It's just an absolute
classic
slog.
LIV move.
Classic LIV.
Yeah.
They
done that on purpose. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think they orchestrated that?
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, you guys can get your
You
legs
can wear
out."
shorts here.
Yeah, they bark off.
It definitely gave me a different perspective because, like I said, I apart from, which I'll get into in a minute, there's 2 really fucking funny moments of that video, like standout funny moments of that video. But before I get into that, I didn't putt the greatest. Off the tee was very strong. Iron play was like, they weren't the worst golf shots in the world, but they wasn't great golf shots into the greens.
Yeah.
Wedge play was actually good, but that golf course made it look mid.
Yeah.
And the greens are the slope, mate. There's like 5 greens within every green. They are fucking all over the place. So I ended up shooting an 82, which is respectable enough. Gutted to not have broken 80 after everyone sort of doubted me, but it was a par 71 as well. So that was an 11 over par.
Yep.
Par 71, 7,400 yards, and it was the hardest test of golf that I've faced.
Not bad. You should be proud of that, really.
Not proud now, because it should have been lower. Like I free putted a couple where I shouldn't have free putted, and in the middle of the round, me and you both do this. I definitely know you do this. First 4 or 5 holes, putting was distance control. Start line and that was solid. I hold a really good one for par on 1. And then made some hold a really good lag putt on 2, and I'd hit a few putts on the practice green before I went out, and I was like, I think I've got the speed. They were quick, don't get me wrong, fucking fast, but I was like, I think I've got the speed, so I've got a feel for it. When I got to like the 7th or something, bro, I just lost the speed of the greens for about 5 or 6 holes.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it? Why, like, you stand on the green, you've putted on it, now you're standing on the same green. Before you pull the trigger, you should be thinking, how hard am I? So I always think, well, how hard am I actually hitting this before I pull the trigger? Sometimes your head does just completely go.
It's gone.
Where am I? How far back am I pulling this putter?
Gone. I just completely, for about a stretch of 5 to 6 holes, I just lost the speed of the greens. On weird. 9, for example, I hit this wedge into 9, and I've got it was pitching wedge. It was like 145 downhill. Hit like a good enough pitching wedge into like 18 foot, I reckon, 15 foot.
Yeah.
Bro, I hit this putt like 10 foot past the hole.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
Just gone. Just like, I had completely lost the speed of the greens for about 4 or 5 holes, which cost me a couple of extra strokes, which if that didn't happen, but then it's like, never here, there, it's like, if this happened, if that happened. Whatever. Like, it is what it is. I didn't break 80. I shot 82. I owe Richard Bland £20. I made loads of side bets with John Catlin around I owe him 40 quid, so that money will be coming to them at the International Series. I've already got it out on my side, put to one side.
And then hole 6.
And then hole 6, Jake. You first of all tell me how you see hole 6 panning out, like how that whole thing come about, because I've watched it back now, but it was a bit of a blur, the first part of that whole thing.
I remember you saying it in the car on the way there that Big Dog, Dustin Johnson, was behind us in the Pro Am, and that we would bump into him at some point. And then when we got to hole 6, he actually did come up to us. There was like 20 people in his group.
I reckon.
There was 4 of us. Or no,
yeah.
Was it
4 of us?
Yeah,
one caddy, and there was 4 of us playing. No, it was 3 of us playing.
Yeah.
John's
me
caddy,
and the caddy,
for 4,
so 5 of us. There was about 25 people in his little entourage, and then they all showed up, and then you started talking to them.
No, Dustin come up to me.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe you should finish the story then.
No, he come up to me. So obviously we'd done our pre-round score predictions. Yeah. I was chatting to Dustin on the putting green. He said you would do very well to break 80. I don't think you'll do it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So then he was the group behind us, right? in his group, he obviously had the 3 amateurs he was playing with. One of them was the owner of LIV.
Really?
You see it?
Did you find that out afterwards?
No, he's on the video.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Yes, who one of the co-owners, yeah?
Yeah.
So you got the one of the owners of LIV. You've got Dustin Johnson, previous world #1, multiple major winner. You've got Claude Harmon, Butch Harmon's son, one of the best golf coaches in the world. You had an entourage of people. I don't know who they were.
So many people.
So many fucking people in his group walking around with him. I think some were security, other people, volunteers following around. So many people. He was the group behind us. We get to the 6th hole, which is stroke index 1, 485-yard par 4, uphill into wind, right? And so there's a big backlog because people are like spraying it off the tee. Like people are taking ages to finish that hole.
Yeah,
so there's a big backlog. We're waiting on the tee. DJ, and you can see DJ walking from a fucking mile off the way that he walks.
Yeah.
Comes strutting up to the tee. I don't see him actually walking up to the tee. I just hear from behind me, so how you getting on then? And I'm like, turn around, it's DJ. And I'm like,
brute Texas accent.
Yeah. So I'm like, I didn't expect him to remember, like, him giving a score prediction of what it was. And I was like, oh, like, yeah, like, it's not the hottest of starts at the minute. He was like, how many over par are you? And I was like, 3. And then I went, there's a funny bit in the video, I went, how many over par are you? And he actually looks pissed off. He stares at me straight in the eyes. In the video, I zoomed in and he stares at me, doesn't speak for about 3 seconds. We're just both looking at each other. And he goes, I'm not over par. So I was like, okay. And then I start talking again. And then he interrupts me speaking and goes, I'm 3 under par. At this point, 3-6, right? And I was like, all right then, fuck me. Like, whatever. Like, cool. John tees off. I then put my ball down and they start, like, heckling me a little bit. So they're like, you're going to have to start hitting some golf shots now, mate.
He gets pressed.
Claude Harmon, yeah, I do
Hard.
get pressed. I get
Hard.
mogged. I get mogged on the tee. Claude Harmon sees my grip and he goes, says something along the lines of like, you ain't going to hit the ball with that grip, are you?
It's just an awful thing to say when you're about to hit a shot.
And I'm like, oh, here we fucking go. I'm like, boys, just let me like do my thing, yeah? The last holes before that, on 1, I hit a perfect 5-wood across the corner. 2, I hit a lovely 5-wood. 3, the par 5 dogleg left. I fucking smoked my driver over. Hadn't hit a bad tee shot to that point, yeah. Rip dog. And driver's probably one of the today in the driver's probably one of my safest clubs in the bag at the minute. Yeah. So I asked John Catlin's caddy, what's the line here, mate? He was like, John said to me, with your length, Ash, and this isn't cap or anything, you can hit it over that bunker in the fairway. It's like 285. It was a bit into wind. But if you catch it, you can hit it over the right edge of that bunker. So I'm like, wasn't nervous is the wrong word to describe it. Was not, because I don't give a shit of people watching me play golf or anything.
Yeah.
But more of like apprehensive of like really wanting to rip the shit out of this drive, right? So stand up and in my head, I'm like, I'm just going to nuke this thing. I'm going to absolutely bang it. Stand up. Backswing, rush the transition down in the heat of the moment. And Jake's words were, after we walked off, I haven't seen you hit a golf shot that bad off of the tee since I've been filming with you.
I've never seen him hit that. It was so bad.
What, even worse than the top today?
Worse.
It was so bad.
Worse.
It was
Just
such
a huge
bad. Have you not shown him
Bro,
a shot?
it went 15 feet off the floor.
Oh, it was so
yeah,
bad.
see, yeah, already you've got me with
driver.
Like, yeah, that's what. Yeah.
15 feet off the floor, and it just rat hooks into the fescue down the left, and all you hear in the murmur in the back of the video is DJ going, well, that's a double off of the tee. I then go over and I'm like, then Claude Harmon's giving it this game, well, what do you expect with a grip like that? Like bantering me about my grip. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, I'm trying to hit it left to right. He's like, you fucking want to hit it left to right with like a grip like that? And I'm like, there's a bit of pressure, and they all start laughing at me. And then me and Jake walk up the fairway, and I was genuinely gutted, West.
Yeah.
I was absolutely
kicking
I'm
the cart down the road. Like, I don't even want to play anymore.
On our walk from the tee box to Ash's ball, I was actually recording a voice message to send to Westy, and I'd done the whole thing, and then I deleted it, and I was like, Ash should tell this story.
I was honestly devastated.
Just kicking the can down, like,
yeah.
I don't want to play anymore.
Oh, it was honestly, I was like,
okay, it's okay.
Because you just want to like leave, but you're stuck.
Yeah, and I had to stand on the tee.
Rest of the
John was like then hitting his t-shirt after, and I had to stand there like next to Claude like awkwardly and not speak because I just like ratted one into the fescue. Yeah, it was just like, it was shit. It was a really shit moment, and I was like, I was saying to Jake on the camera.
Okay.
No, I was saying to Jake on the camera, I was like, that isn't a reflection of my golf at the minute. I was like, and now there's just going to be that, like, they're not going to fucking remember who I am anyway, but
They
like,
will.
then I was like, that weren't me. I was like so annoyed, yeah. Ended up making bogey on that hole, which I hit it at 6-iron out, hit a wedge up, missed the putt, made bogey. So it wasn't the end of the world score-wise on that hole. But then we move on
12.
12. We play 11. I hit 2 really nice shots down 11. Again, I'm like talking you through every single hole of this fucking video. Just go watch the video to see these moments because they're fucking brilliant.
Now I know you're bored of taking money off your pals, it's too easy innit? So why not join the big leagues with the Fair Play community? Launching this month, Fair Play are going to be running sweepstakes on the biggest events around the world, starting off with the Open Championship. And you know what? It's so easy to get involved in it. Just download the app, register or log into your account, choose your sweepstake, pay for your entries, and bosh, your randomised picks will be revealed. Then all you gotta do is sit back, relax, and hope your man's not got the shanks, blimey, all right. So keep a lookout for some cracking Fair Play sweepstakes this summer. Get involved, cross them fingers, and hope that lovely prize pot comes your way. Fair Play, let's bet on it.
Yeah, so that happens on 6. Like, I was like that. I was kicking my foot like, you fucking stupid little bastard, Ash.
Yeah,
Like,
it was nuts.
Like, it's okay, and you're like, is that okay?
yeah, I was so like, embarrassed, not the right word, wasn't embarrassed. I was annoyed at myself that I'd like hit such a bad golf shot at such a pivotal moment.
You're competitive, and
I am. Yeah,
but you're also good at the sports. That's why it's more annoying.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed
because I just hadn't hit a shot like that in so long.
Yeah. And you just want to be like, Dustin, I don't.
Yeah, I felt like I felt like going, I don't hit. Let me hit another one. I don't hit shots like that.
Everyone just stop the Pro Am.
That's
They're dragging you out. Like,
No, let me just take
you can carry on if you just play that ball.
Yeah.
No,
That is honestly what I felt like. I felt like such a prick, like, but internal such a prick. Anyway, we carry on playing through the Pro Am. We get to the 12th hole, which is a drivable par 4. It's the second of 2 par 4s, which are under the 420 yards, which I mentioned earlier. But it's a real drivable one. It was like 310 yards downhill. But again, obviously, if you've got a drivable par 4, there's delays. Some people are hitting it, some people are not, right? So, and the way that the 12th tee box is situated, it looks over the 12th, the 11th green.
Okay.
Right. So you can, steep. Like
so
really
steep. They were
steep
giving
hill.
buggy rides up to the hill, weren't they?
Yeah,
Like, it was
yeah,
that
yeah.
steep, yeah. And all I can see is DJ's group starting to come around the corner, right? And his hit is approaching, and I'm like, I'm looking at DJ's group, I'm looking at my hole, I'm looking at DJ's group, and I'm like, there's still 2 groups in our hole. He's going to finish that and be done by the time. And Claude's still with him. The owner of LIV's still with him. This massive entourage of people still with him.
Audience.
And I said to you, dinner, I was like, well, it's redemption time. I was like, they're going to come up again. I was like, and then John was going, don't be scared. John Catley was honestly such a legend. If like, follow him on socials because he posts quite a lot. Like, you might not know him. Some of you might not. You might know him. But John Catley, I genuinely can't wait to see him and Barry again in the National Series. I'm excited to see them again.
Yeah, I like John.
But John's going to me, you're going to have to hit another shot in front of Dustin, Ash. You're going to have to, like, yeah, I'm like, no, I'm like, and I was like, no, I want to.
Yeah.
I want to hit another shot in front of Dustin. So that's exactly what happens. They come trundling up the hill. There's still people on our tee. And to like break the ice a little bit, because no one was really saying anything. And it wasn't until I reviewed the footage back, I told you, didn't I, about what...
I set up like a secret camera.
Yeah.
I just put my camera at the front of the tee box pointing at us because I knew everyone
as like
was
a second
gather.
angle. So like the way we was filming it, Jake, I was doing all the chatting to Jake's camera, then we was doing the camcorder for the shots.
Yeah.
Because we was waiting for so long, Jake was like, oh, give me your head cover and I'll just set my camera up at the front of the green.
Yeah.
So they all come up, they're entourage of people. I haven't engaged, I haven't spoken to them or anything. When I start speaking, when I'm about to hit my shot, I get up and I'm like, this is redemption time, this is it. Like it was never driver that hole either. It was a front left pin.
Yeah.
But there was no way I wasn't hitting driver there. Like the play was, it hit 6 iron and hit a wedge in because you couldn't hit right at the green because there was water all down the right.
Yeah.
And you didn't really want to hit it left because the slope, wasn't it? The slope into that green. There was a funny moment with Lahiri as well, like one which I'll say. The slope onto that green, it was like down like this, yeah. So if you missed it, if you hit it up the left, you couldn't stop it close to the pin. You had to concede the fact you was going to have 30 foot, right? So it wasn't the play. I knew it wasn't the play, but I was like, I have to hit driver, like just to show him I can hit a driver. So John goes first, hits his. I don't think he hits iron, I think. I stand up on the tee. As I'm like standing behind my ball, picking my target line, trying to go through my routine. He's Claude Harmon standing this side of the tee. DJ standing this side of the tee. It's like they surrounded me, like I was like prey. Yeah. And as I'm addressing my ball, looking down, doing my waggle, Claude Harmon's going with his hand like this, like mimicking my grip, yeah. Then as I'm about to hit, but just before I'm about to hit, he goes and points left as if I'm going to rat hook it left again. Thankfully, I hit this dead straight fucking bullet pin high left of the green, and as soon as I hit it, he puts his finger down like this and moves it away. But then there was a really cool moment after. He was lovely, like they were all lovely. I was like, you wouldn't really change my grip, would you, Claude? And he was like, not if you hit it like that every time. And I was like, well, I don't hit it like that every time. And he was laughing. It was like, but it was like it was a cool moment because obviously these are like figures of golf.
Yeah.
And I was glad to get a little bit of redemption. Yeah, like I painted myself in a bit of a bit of a better picture. But then I ended up making. I nearly made the birdie putt, but I ended up making par on that hole, and it wasn't anything special. But it was just them. Those were the 2 bits from the video, which were sort of like live with me for a while. One of them not being so great, and then the other one. But a redemption story, like a comeback story, is always better than a because then without the first one, me hitting a rat hook, there would have been no second moment on the tee. So it was good. The only other thing I would say on the LIV event as well, which wasn't a surprise to me, but it was quite cool to see because we're quite close with the brother. Well, we are close with the brothers now. We like them a lot. They got fucking mobbed. It was like a sweltering pot of 4 brothers followers.
I saw some clips.
Wait, what was that the day I wasn't there?
The day after.
Yeah, I saw some clips, and there was just trundles of crowds, and I just like, is there trundles of crowds trying to get to the players?
No.
And that's what I mean. Is people? I've seen this debated so many times. Is social media golf? Now, if you're not a Rory or a Bryson or a Tiger or a JT or a Speed, are social media golfers the really top boys starting to take over in terms of like order of merit almost of like,
bro,
I want to know you.
It was crazy. So obviously lives a shotgun start, and we walked down to the first hole, but obviously around the tee box, you know, like where the water was, and on the first. We
Did you
stood
get
up
to tee off on the? Oh no, sorry, you're watching.
The day after. Do you know where the JCB digger was on the
bit
tee box on the
behind.
right? No, like further up the hole on the right. You had a big JCB digger on one of the tee. We were stood all the way up there because there were so many people. Because the Crushers were teeing off the first. That was their shotgun start. So it was heaving down there. So we were like. Usually they have fireworks or like flyovers, and they wanted to get some like content of like Seb wanted to get some content for his stuff, and the brothers wanted to get some stuff for Instagram. So we went and stood on the first hole, but halfway up the fairway to watch the LIV event start, the shotgun start. So it happens, firework goes off, blah blah blah. We then stand there chatting for 5 minutes after the first tee shots have been hit, saying, "Are we going to go to?" Because we had hospitality at the Digger Inn, which was the party hole, the 14th hole. Do we go back there, or like do you want to walk around the course? We were just chatting like for about 5 minutes. But obviously the mob of people that were down on the first tee are now starting to walk up the hole because they're following Bryson's group. Bryson, Paul Casey, whoever else is in his team, are starting to walk up. So there's a good 400 or 500 people around that tee box. That might be an exaggeration. Might be 200-300 people start walking up the hole towards us, unbeknown to us, brother. I got asked for probably over the course of the whole day on Friday, the first day. I probably got asked for 30 pictures.
Really? Sorry, I'm not surprised, but like, so you said 30
but
like it was a small number. You were like probably.
No,
Just...
but you have to think.
Yeah, but we've got
golf only.
It's golf. It's golfers there, and golf is our audience. Yeah, probably got asked for 30 photos, and maybe another 15, 20 people said, "Oh, the golf supply, nice to meet you," and had a chat. Yeah. It was eye-opening to me. The people start walking up, and obviously Seb gets asked for quite a few pictures as well. This mob of people start walking up the hole and notice that it's the brothers there, and you had 12 deep of people waiting to take a picture with Roan deck and pads.
Like, I mean, they are now like probably top 20 maybe YouTube channels in the world, to be fair, like golf-wise, numbers-wise and that, but like so many people just know them from their not golf.
Yeah.
And they've just correlated the two, and like they've got millions of followers on non-golf TikTok, and their faces, golfer or not, are just so known in the world of social media.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Take the top PGA 15 out the picture. The order of merit now is becoming, because it's like PGA is now like Kevin and Derek at the club, like, tuck your shirt in. No, you ain't got your white socks on.
Yeah.
And LIV is now like, I might actually untuck my shirt today. That's like, do you know what I mean? And like the 4 brothers like fit into that niche nice of like, they're just like not middle age, but like young, fun, energetic.
And I wouldn't say, probably surprising is the wrong word. Like, I know they've got like such a huge following. Even in Valderrama, they were getting asked for a lot of pictures.
I know what you mean. Surprising in the sense of like, I think it's because we downplay ourselves being social media people. Like, you're a social media person. He's a golfer. It's like they get these thousands of, they get more likes than players on social media. So why would there not be more people?
And I feel like it's probably because like because we know the brothers well and we film with them and like we class them as friends. Like literally love all of them. Even Connor before he left the channel, like we knew all the boys really well. So to us, they're just like Roan pads and decks, like playing. But then to people who have never met them before, or they got it was cool for me to stand to the side and watch that for them, because I was like well done, boys.
Worked hard.
Yeah, well done, boys.
In COVID, listen to our podcast,
and every single person comes up to them. The thing that I just think is a caveat to that, which makes it so much better, is every single person that comes up to them adores their content, finds them hilarious, gives them their praises, which are due, gives them their praises, and they're like, keep making your content, we fucking love it, it's hilarious, we can't wait for your uploads. But yeah, that moment there at LIV, like I said, they got approached a lot at Valderrama, but that moment there, seeing a crowd of like, you would expect it for Rory, but it was for the brothers, and it was like, I was just like, wow, that's a lot.
Which takes me into a very prevalent discussion, quick point, and proof of how big social media golf is getting at the minute. So unless you stick Rory's Rory's highlights on, they don't get these sort of views. Bryson DeChambeau versus President Trump. They keep that title, by the way. Jake, still President Trump, he is.
Yeah.
Were you going to tell me off, or?
I'm not going to tell you.
Because you're like our...
I mean, that is incorrect. He's not the president right now.
No, but they keep that title.
He will be.
Everybody calls him President Trump because you keep the title.
Yeah.
Do you?
I don't want to get into it, current affairs. Yeah.
Listen, we don't talk politics.
It was
They
on
say,
L-
no, but that's not even
Jake,
politics. That's
we
just
don't
grammar.
talk
That's just
politics.
grammar.
No, it was on
Don't
it was on
talk
LBC
They
the
don't call
other
him
day.
President Obama. They just say Obama.
It was on LBC the other day, and Nick Ferrari was saying before anyone says...
They call him President Bammy.
Do they? Who's
No.
that? No.
PB.
Shut up.
10 million views, and it was uploaded maybe a
that's
week ago
ridiculous.
now. I mean, he timed that video to fucking perfection
Yeah, he did.
because of the elections.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't elections, it still would have done millions of views, but maybe
Well,
not
not even the
on
elections.
this.
The
other
assassination attempt.
That's the one. Yeah.
Well,
that
yeah,
worked
yeah,
well as well.
both,
Yeah.
yeah. And 10 million views, I think at the minute he's gained off that one video. It's like 350k subscribers.
What a good video, though.
Oh, bang, he can play.
It's so good.
Bro, Donald Trump can play. He would beat me.
That is the
He's
first
78
thing.
years old. He would beat me at
Yeah,
golf.
he would. He would.
He-
Yeah.
Like, he can play.
Yeah.
Putting stroke, hideous.
Mm-hmm.
Still got it to the hole.
Yeah, his putting stroke's fucked.
Weird.
His
It's
putting
like a
stroke-
push.
Yeah, it's so off.
Off the tee, Donald Trump would beat the majority of you.
Yeah.
He was straight. He wasn't that far, but he wasn't small.
Nah, it wasn't long,
He's
but yeah.
78 years old. He
Yeah.
is beating every single senior at your golf club.
But should he though? If he owns all of these, like probably plays a lot of golf in his life.
Put him in the senior open. Let's just see.
No, I mean he's not good enough.
I
for that.
loved his fucking entourage, man.
Yeah.
How many buggies? How many buggies was there? Did you
I
watch the
don't
video?
know. Yeah, I don't
I've
know.
only seen clips on TikTok.
I don't
There
know.
was
We'll get
about
to it.
20, and he was just barking off, and he was driving over his own tee boxes though. So
Yeah, he owns it. He can do
fuck
what he
the
wants.
rules, police. Yeah.
It was funny because that's the first thing. Look, when we see Bryson on the, I've took it out of the video.
Did you?
Yeah, I haven't used like the Trump
Oh, did
conversation in there. No, I just took it straight to the score predictions. But obviously, we were lucky enough to meet Bryson for the first time at Valderrama and have a chat with him on the putting green. And he said to us at that time, I can say it now. I said it in the previous podcast. He said to us at that time, if you don't mind turning the cameras off, which we did. He then told us about, which was about 2 weeks before the video came out, that he'd filmed this video with President Trump, but he was still like because it is like a political clash there, and there was potential that, like, you've heard it about it loads of times where people align with either one side or the
America
other.
gets very strong.
Very,
with that.
very,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
strong. So he didn't know if he'd like lose sponsors
Get
or would
cancelled
get
and-
or like just anything negative that would come for that video. So him and his PR team, rightly so, were doing like the right sort of checks and stuff to see if it would be suitable for them to post that video. And he told us all this at Valderrama. And obviously, us as the consumer, like us, the brothers and Seb and that, we were like, you've got to post the fucking video. That'd be fucking banging, blah, blah, blah. Like, think of the views. So then when I was lucky enough again to see him at the JCB, the first thing I said to him, I walked up to him and I went, you posted the video? And he was like, yeah, we posted the video. And then it was a very short conversation, which I said, Trump can play, can't he? And he was like, he can play. Like,
The thing is to that, probably his PR team initially were probably like, I don't know, like they're and ahhing, and they're at this board, and then the
it
event happened, and they went, we
Post
got
it.
to take the leap.
Exactly what
We
I
got
thought.
to take the fucking leap.
That's exactly
Post
what
that
I
video.
thought.
Yeah,
But
but
you told me
you were
when
saying that we
happened,
might.
I was like, oh, he's so posting that.
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, like because Trump was already in the limelight and blah blah blah. But yeah, that accelerated that video. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind promoting this. It's not our own. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's
100%. Go watch that video. It is
But,
cool as fuck. And it's just like, and again, it's exactly the same as I said to Bryson. I said there is no politics in that video. It's
No.
18 holes of golf, and Bryson goes, what did he say? He was like, the only bit of politics is when Trump said Biden can do that, or something
Yeah,
like
something.
that.
It was like a golf joke.
Yeah, it was
And
like
then he's
some kind
made
of joke.
something about like the new Blue Party sort of conservative.
It was
lead.
something
Yeah.
about.
I don't know.
It wasn't
Actually-
like anything like super political.
I have I actually got one last point. It's about 4 days ago. Thank you very much, Coral and Paul Mullin, you 31 years ago birthed
31
Ash,
years.
and obviously without Ash, we couldn't do what we do. So thank you very much, and I'm sure everybody that watches you thank you. So I just thought to myself, and I discussed with JK, what do you get the man that can buy and get himself anything? And lucky enough, we're in a good position in golf that we can get ourselves a lot. And I discussed with Els, and she was like, "Welcome to my world."
Els actually said to me, because I'm guessing you've got a present for me, but Els actually said she was gutted that she didn't get this present.
Really?
So
Okay.
I'm like. I have high expectations.
Okay, so
for this
I
present.
contacted. So I think his name. Oh, please, it was Kieran. I contacted Kieran. It's something I saw a little while ago, and he did say, "Do you want to collab?" And that, and I said, I could use the platform, and I thought it's a birthday present. Let me and JK buy it. I don't want to like a freebie from your brand and that, because it feels wrong.
No,
I don't want to
that's
get you.
right.
No, I'm trying to think of who's Kieran.
So
I was worried he'd give it away.
he's the owner of Art for Golfers, which we don't follow, so I don't think you know. So basically, I said I'm going to give it to him on the pod because it's wholesome and I like moments between the three of us. So I'm not carrying this around like some weird lunch bag. Did you wonder why I was carrying a carrier bag?
I thought
Do
there's
you reckon I
rubbish
should
in
grab
there
one of the
from bug,
cameras? Do you reckon I should grab one of the cameras and get it here?
No, I'll get him to go up. So
yeah.
I'll give you all three at once, and I think these are
Three?
fucking cool.
Bro, these are sick.
And I discussed with JK.
I'm so
So
gassed.
happy birthday from
Thank you, boys.
your sole employer and your partner in crime. There you go.
Are they golf balls?
Have a look at the detail and on these, and I will shout him out. I said I would shout out Kieran. I won't collab, but we will shout you out, and I will tag you on the story, and I'll give on the pod because these are fucking cool. You'll love these.
They're Pro V1s as well.
But just just unwrap that ball.
That is.
Oh
hard.
my god!
Wow.
But just keep going, keep going, keep going.
I'll show these to the camera in a minute. That's fucking crazy.
But keep going. Put that one away and just keep it going. That's you. 31. Look.
Is that screen printed on, or what is that?
Titleist 31 Pro V. He
Oh,
like.
he's 31 as well.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
even
mate.
see that.
He genuinely, the excitement when he was messaging me, he was sending me paragraphs, and he was so buzzing to make these. He was like, "Thank you so much, so much." And I went, "Thank you." And he was sending me pictures, and he was like,
Kieran, these are impressive, mate.
it's
No, that one was impressive.
it's just a little stand. We'll have that in the pod room. There's a sick one. Look at that one.
Bro.
That one box up. Like you have to. If you're a Spotify listener, I'm really, really sorry for this segment.
No, there's video as well. On
but like,
Spotify.
yeah, come. Oh, it is.
Yeah, that
Look
is
at that,
fucking
mate.
crazy.
It's like the pizza triangle, the stickers on your laptop. It's so good.
That is wild.
But like, what do you get the man that can get anything? Just try and find something intricate that's wholesome, and that's what me and JK done.
Kieran, brother, how have you done that?
Mate, he's
Genuinely, like, maybe if you don't want to give your industry secrets away, I'll come over to one of the cameras and I'll show you these up close in a minute. These are fucking bonkers.
he's made some for some cool people.
What's it called? Art for Golf.
I said I will tag you on the story, and I'll get us to do a little post on the story, and I'll shout you out because you deserve it. Frankly,
that is very impressive. Buddy.
Wizard.
Let me put this one back in here. That is.
They will be
extremely
in the
impressive.
podcast room.
That first one of me and the managed top is impressive. That second one I've just seen
Yeah, it's so good.
is
You're gonna love
mind-blowingly
this
good.
little one. That podcast one is sick though.
And we've got. Bro, these are hard, fam.
That's you
That's
and your
from
little Cole
Scottsdale.
Buxton's, buddy.
No, that's
No,
from
that's sat at
Scottsdale. Yeah.
Scottsdale next to me.
That's fucking crazy.
Els couldn't believe it. Els is Ash's partner. I said, like, I don't know what to get him. I said, I can speak to our sponsors, but I said, it's not as wholesome. We're going to do that anyway. And I just thought, fuck me, these are good. I sent them to JK and we said,
Let me
we're
show you what cameras are a good one to show.
in. That's the stickers on your laptop.
You can all see that.
The Domino's middle bit. I think this is actually really weird. He actually just messaged me 20 minutes ago. Hello, my man. No worries at all, geezer. You're fine. That's calm. No problem. Whenever it's fine. Really pleased to hear you're happy with them. I've got a little video made, so when he has them, I'll get it posted. Thanks again so much. And I thought, no, thank you.
First of all, thank you, boys, for them. They are incredible. And we're going through like the stage at the moment of getting like a little Golf Supply hub sort of created as we speak, and they will go pride of place. You're going to be seeing these a lot in the future podcasts on our channel. And massive shout out to Art for Golfers, Kieran. That is genuinely like breathtakingly detailed there.
Mad.
Yeah, that is mad.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Thank you, boys. I appreciate that a lot.
And what a wholesome way to outro this and to sign it
Yeah.
off. And
They are They are wonderful.
If you want to see the rest of the stuff he makes, because the stuff he makes is mad, and if you want to get stuff, this isn't a sponsored post. I declined all of that. But check him out, Art for Golfers. Check our story, because you can get your pals some stuff made. It's so good. But
that is incredible.
JK, anything left? I've got nothing left.
I've got nothing left.
Right, go on.
Thank you everyone for
Ultra
watching. That is the Golf Supply Podcast, episode 12, the greatest golf podcast, ranked #1, the greatest golf podcast in the world. Hope you've enjoyed it. We will get some guests back on the channel very, very soon. Like I said, it's just been a very busy period for us. But once we get out of this busy period, we have got a few people lined up to sit them down in the hot seat and grill them. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Check out our Live Golf video and all of the new videos coming out in the next couple of weeks of us scrambling around the world. And we'll see you all in the next podcast.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Adios.